Ed with Pinball Mayhem here. Time for update on the Computer Logic Intrigue wall games. So right now I got into a really good stopping point, let's say. I'm kind of running out of time to work on these, and I can't have them in my workroom for a while. So I got them to the point where they work. There's a couple light bulbs that are out, as you can see. Even with the current displays, I haven't had a chance to troubleshoot that. And I do need to make better control boxes. So right now I'm going to use the car fob that came with it, and I will be doing better control boxes later. And I also have on the bow and arrow, there's a few spots where the light bulbs are falling off, and I'm going to do what they did on the darts one, creating little plastic pieces that I glued to the backside to support the bulb holders a little bit better. So that's gonna be kind of a follow-up. But right now, I think it's ready to hang darts, hopefully on the wall if it works. I just turned them on. They all now have power switches that function, brand new cords, and I did have to make a change from the last one. Let's see if I can get this open one-handed. There we go. So I just want to point out, I had to relocate the power supply because before it was hitting the plastic panel bumped out over on the other side. The other thing I want to just quickly point out is these are the repairs that someone had, because this is thin vacuum formed plastic, and created these out of a styrene, I'm assuming. Drilled 3 holes in it, one for the tabs and one for the bulbs, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'll to repair the bow and arrow before I sell it. I think I am going to definitely sell one of these 2 games because I don't have room for both of them, and the kennel club that I'm eventually going to find, I hope. Let me just close this up. There we go. All right. So I'm going to start with the darts one. I have not tried these since working on them. So I got my remote here, so I'm going to hit the B button to give me credits. There we go. I got credits. And automatically starts a game. So that's what we saw it counting down before. Remember? I was like, hey, what's going on with this countdown right away? Changing a second after. It's starting the first game. So right now, Petite Pearl is ready to go. So I'm going to hold down A. And release. I got 2. So now Pearl's bow. Get 2. Ooh, I got 4. 6. So you can kind of see the light path it takes and where it hits on the other one. And a funny side note is those lights that are flashing on the right, you can actually, they're wired so that you can move them around to make it more complicated for your player. So if someone comes in like, oh yeah, I know, I got to release right here, well, you just move them around and make it harder. So you can kind of see how that's supposed to work. So yeah, other than a few light bulbs out here and there, we are this one's ready to hang on the wall. And I got credits and play. So I'm going to just put that remote down here. I did put a D on the back of it just so I don't mess them up. I'm going to take this one. Now, for this game, I did not hook up the B yet. I'm going to keep the responder with it. I'm going to build a remote, but I am going to have to hit the button on the bottom. I hit it twice. Okay, so I hit it twice. I have 2 credits and or 2 games I can play. Looks like I'm ready to go. So I'm going to try this again. And before, I don't know if you remember or if I pointed it out, the Pretty Mary, her lights were not working on the right panel. I think I found it. Nope, still not working. Okay. See, his works. But hers, I get no flashes. And the interesting thing is, if you notice when I do his, there's some of the lights flash for down in hers. So that's one of those cases where someone's rearrange the lights to make it more complicated. So right now, I probably have a couple lights burnt out on this one as well. But I do not have the Pretty Mary's shot lights on the right panel working. But Deadeye Dick is there we go, got a 10, is working. So this would be something where, of course, if you're sitting here playing it by yourself, you're going to be able to master the timing. If you're passing it back and forth, you're having a drink or two. So I got a little bit of work to do on the right one. What else I did is I did a full cleaning inside of out of all 4 panels. I cleaned the front side a few times. I cleaned them first before I repaired the staples, and then I carefully removed whatever staples I could, backed them up, and I used just a punch with a very lightweight hammer and very carefully drove all the staples back in. Condition wise, you can see now the biggest thing, and I did also have to glue up this frame, but you can see the plastic fits in the frame nice and tight, which is important. We got a few crinkles on here, a cigarette burn, but not bad. Most of the damage on these is just caused from improper storage. So it looks like I got a little troubleshooting. It could just be a loose wire, either in the cable coming over or in this box. I don't know. I may have to break down and buy a schematic. I don't have one yet to get that troubleshot. But I think, as far as right now, worst case scenario, I can put the darts game up on the wall, and that's 100%, well, pretty much good to go. And I can take the bow and arrow and just put it on the side and troubleshoot it later when I get a little bit more time. But thank you guys for coming along in this short journey. I will do a follow-up as I find out repairs. I'll do a follow-up with the boxes I build. There's supposed to be a big clunky square box about the size of that wood box that we were, actually a little smaller than this. So this is the wood remote, a wired remote rather than wireless that it came with. This is not going to get used again, but it should be some sort of box like that with instructions on it, and I'll hopefully build something very similar that could be used, and put some labels on there. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.